Hi everyone, how you doing? Sorry I didn't do a video straight after the Celtic Rangers game, but good news is we did it. We won 2-1. You can kind of say that's us now. We are basically a step closer to clinching the league title. And thank God for that. It's like what I said in the first video towards that game. I genuinely think this has been one of Brendan Rodgers' most impressive seasons that he's had at Celtic. And I think it's due to because of the fact that he's had to deal with so much at Celtic after them, having so much turnaround and so much bad signings. In the first transfer window and obviously in the second, they were transfers that Brendan Rodgers didn't really fancy. So yeah, basically what I think is happened is Brendan Rodgers has came in and he's used all his prowess, all his knowledge of managing football teams, and he's made it happen. He's done it, and you know. That's been it. The only people that can ruin this for Celtic is Celtic, because obviously we have a game against Kilmarnock where we're playing on the plastic pitch, we're playing at the rugby park, and it's going to be one of these games that's obviously going to be, if we either draw or win, then obviously we win the league. But if we lose, then we need to do it at home against St Mirren, which isn't a bad idea as well, but either way, we want to get this league wrapped up as soon as possible because maybe we want to rest some players in the home game against St Mirren. So yeah, performance-wise against Rangers, I thought we had it in the first half. And then, I think we kind of had it in the second half as well, because once they got their man sent off in the first half, which was a terrible tackle, by the way, I think that was it. Sorry, I'm just picking hair out my mouth. That's what happens when you get old and dress like a dad. You kind of just pick hairs out your mouth whenever you're least expecting it. So yeah, where was I? Yeah, the game. John Lundstrom's tackle and own goal. He really helped us out. Thank you, John Lundstrom. And we kind of got the game over and done with. I mean, once they went down to 10 men, you can kind of tell that, that was really it, really, and not that I'm feeling sorry for Rangers fans, but they just haven't done it this season against Celtic, and Celtic they've had so many opportunities to kind of do it against Celtic in the games. Like, I mean, the first game where we won that 1-0, no Celtic fan thought that we were going to win that and win it. We actually generally thought that Rangers were going to bombard us, because, they had more form, they had more to play for and all that kind of thing, and, we thought they were going to beat us. Then it comes to, obviously, the second game, which was at Celtic Park, 2-1. It's one of these things where, at that point as well, Celtic had injuries and we didn't have like a full set team. But we had Bernardo playing quite well at that point. But it still was kind of lackluster. So yeah, we come to the 3-3 draw game where they paraded the stadium, the Rangers players and Clement, and he'd taken his team round that stadium and getting the moral victory of a draw. It's a draw. You don't get a victory from a draw. You need to understand this. It needs to resonate in the mind where, a draw is basically two clubs sharing the points. It's not one club coming away with the points. With all 3 points, it's you can't celebrate that. It doesn't resonate. And that's the point that I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not feeling sorry for Rangers fans. I just feel like they're in a direction that they can't really change. Like, they can't change the way they feel. They can't change the way they act. They can't change the way that they talk to one another. They can't change the way of thinking, process-wise. I mean, because really, if Clement left at the end of the season, and this isn't for me to talk about Rangers, because to be honest, I think Rangers had it during the Christmas time, and then they started messing things up, and it just went down that road from there. So you could probably say they fucked it. But I just think that when's it going to actually chip in that they can't think this one route way anymore of just saying things to show face to fans, because fans aren't daft, they're not stupid. After a wee while, fans are generally going to want change as well. And Celtic fans have been talking about change for the last 5 year, because of Europe, because of how devastating we are in Europe. Like, devastatingly bad, I may add. But, you can tell by the performances of the Ange Postecoglou team that at least they were trying to have a performance against teams. To take it, I still go back to the point where to take it in a first half game to Real Madrid and worry them to come out the second half and start playing against us was one of these things where it was like, well, even the big teams are taking notice of this. But again, this season's Champions League was a bit of a downfall as well. Can't really help that, eh? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, we look for change as well. Do Rangers fans feel that way? And if you do, like, please comment. I'm not on here to make a fight or an argument or anything like that. I'm just basically saying that, do you not want change? Do you not want something like better for your club? I mean, don't get me wrong, like, you've competed this season. They've generally competed. But when it comes to, getting over the line, generally I feel Celtic are better at it. I mean, that was Brendan Rodgers saying, we'll see you in May, we'll see what happens in May. And look what's happened. We're literally 6 points towards winning a league title. And it's in our hands. Only Celtic can mess that up. From the performance-wise, I'll go on to talk about, obviously, Kilmarnock, but I don't want this video to last too long because I know everybody's got their bed to go to. And I'm doing it a wee bit late myself. And I wasn't really going to do one, but I thought to myself, do you know what? No, I'm going to go to the Jabba and I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something, going to say something nice, so here we are. Yeah, the performance-wise, I thought Dessler's goal could have been stopped, but hey, what are you going to do? You need to at least give them one so they'll open up again. Because at that point, when we got the goal from O'Reilly, great goal, by the way, absolutely great. Sorry, I had to remember that there. When we got the goal from O'Reilly, yeah, that was it really for me. I said, this could be a drubbing, by the way. And then when John Lundstrom, the big man himself, the big hard man that he is, tapped in an own goal, you were kind of thinking to yourself, like, all right, here we go. This could possibly be free. And then when we got the penalty, I thought to myself, Jesus, this is going to be one of these games that we are absolutely going to pummel him. And I did say 3-0, so it was kind of close to it. But yeah, at the end of the day, it was 2-1, and John Lundstrom's tackle was out of order, red card straight away. He just didn't want to play in the match anymore, let's be honest. He's scored a horrendous own goal. And, he's basically saying to himself, like, right, cool, I'm just going to fucking go in for a terrible tackle here, and I'm going to get fucking sent off. Okay, he didn't really mean it. I can't say that he meant it or anything like that. But when you're sliding fucking from 20 yards away, you've got to be going in there with malice, have you know? And Alistair Johnson maybe seen it, maybe planted his foot, like Kenny Miller said. at the end of the day, it's still fucking sending off. Pardon my French. Sorry for the burps as well, just after dinner. So yeah, the performance-wise was I thought was okay in the second half. No, the first half, but then when the second half came along, I thought we were a little bit dry. You know, even though they had were down to 10 men, we just couldn't finish. We couldn't finish our dinner because it could have been at least about 6. Could have been 6, but again, our finishing has let us down into that fact. Well, it's not let us down, but you know what I mean. It's like we wanted a ballpark figure. We didn't get that. But instead we won the game, and we won it quite comfortably, to be honest. And Brendan Rodgers is the master. He knows what he's doing. Thank God that Rodgers came in and took charge of this team, because we could have been a lot worse. This has probably been the worst Celtic team that I've seen at least challenge for this league, and at least be maybe crown champions tomorrow on Wednesday against Kilmarnock. It's shocking to say that, because generally I want to come away with it and say that the team's worked really, really hard this season, but there's been games where they've just won games just by the scruff of their neck, by not putting in a performance. And, you know, if you disagree with me, then that's fine, but I think that Brendan Rodgers has done a fantastic job. Like I said, he's dealt with a lot. If you want to know what I'm talking about, you can watch the last video. But yeah, what's my prediction for Kilmarnock? Well, here we go. I think we will draw. I know. I think we'll draw. I think it will be 1-1, and I think we'll draw. Which basically makes us still win it, but it means that we'll still want to win against St Mirren. That's the only way I can think of it, because again, you want to be competitive to the very last game. That's why I think Celtic, not by any fault of their own, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think they'll go out there and try and win it, and I hope I'm wrong. I always want to be wrong. I just think it will come to a point where it'll be a draw. It's like someone said in my work, actually. Very wise man. The man they call Paul Blaney. I'll just mention his name. He's a very, very wise man. Gentleman to the core. He's the one that basically said, Kilmarnock are on holidays. I don't think they want to be balling by winning, do you think? You know, they're already in Europe and all that kind of stuff. But to me, I don't know. I don't trust Derek McInnes. I think Derek McInnes would want to get a result and help his old team out. But yeah, that's my prediction. I think it's going to be a draw. Sorry if it bores people to death, but at the end of the day, that's what I think it's going to be. So yeah, I hope everybody was safe after the game on Saturday. It's just one of those games where probably both sets of fans felt, oh yeah, we've done it, but we could have played a little bit better. And Rangers fans are probably the same. Rangers fans are probably like, well, that's us. But anyway, yeah, remember, doing something means everything. Like this, or getting up and going for a walk, or making your favourite meal and stuff like that. Just things to keep your mind going and keep doing stuff and just keep yourself motivated. You know what I mean? Yeah. So just do stuff like that. So just remember, doing something means everything, and I'll see you later and enjoy the game tomorrow.